Joshua 3, verse 3. Now, this is what the officers are doing, what the officers are saying. They went through the camp in verse 2, and now in verse 3, we see exactly what happens. So, and commanded the people. Remember, the officers are commanding the people. What are they commanding the people? This is what. As soon as you see the ark of the covenant of the Lord, your God, being carried by the Levitical priests, then you shall set out from your place and follow it. Now, what's going on here is, one, the officers are commanding the people. So the officers are going tent by tent by tent by tent by tent, by clan by clan by clan, tribe by tribe by tribe. The officers are going to the people of Israel, all the people of Israel, possibly 2 million people at this point. But they're going all throughout the camp, the officers are, and they're commanding the people. They're communicating with the people exactly what is going to happen and what to do when they see these things happen. And so this is what they say. They say, as soon as you see the ark of the covenant of the Lord. So basically, there's this box that the priests carry around, and it is the ark of the covenant of the Lord. Within this box, I'm poor artist here, but within this box, we have the 10 Commandments, the 2 tablets of stone there with the 10 Commandments on them. We have the jar full of manna, and we have Aaron's rod that budded, and basically showing Aaron was God's chosen priest, and that was going to be the priestly line. And so within this ark of the covenant, God has made his nation. He has established his nation, laws, the priesthood, and basically a sign for future generations, a testimony of the manna, how God provided for them in the wilderness. And so that's all within this Ark of the Covenant that the priests are carrying. And so they all know exactly what this is. This is not God, but it is a physical representation of God. And so you have to remember that when you see throughout the Old Testament, when you see the Ark of the Covenant show up, it's obviously not the Lord. It's just a box. But the Ark of the Covenant is kind of like a physical symbol showing us that God is with us, that God is present with us. He's going before us. And later on in Israel's history, they use this as idolatry, which becomes a very big problem. But for right now, again, the picture is that again, this is not God, but it's showing us that God is with us, that God is going before us, that God is fighting our battles. He's fulfilling his promises. He's going to be faithful as always. And so we are his people. That's the picture that we get from the Ark of the Covenant. And so the officers, they're really reminding them of their faith, but they're saying, as soon as you see this Ark of the Covenant of the Lord your God being carried by the Levitical priest. So if as soon as you look over and you see the priest get up, grab these poles on each side of the Ark of the Covenant and start carrying it towards the Jordan River, then you shall set out from your place and follow it. Again, this Ark of the Covenant could only be carried by a Levitical priest. This was part of the priesthood. If you were not part of the Levitical priesthood, you were not allowed to touch it. You were not allowed to go near it. You're not allowed to be a part of what was going on here. This was reserved for the tribe of Levi and specifically Aaron's lineage. And so as soon as you see the priest carrying the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord your God, then you shall set out from your place, basically get up, pack your stuff, make sure it's already packed and prepared. Get up and follow it. And this is a key word right here, follow it. I want you to hone in on this right here. Not follow them. Wouldn't it be follow the priests? Wouldn't it be follow these 4 men who would be carrying this Ark of the Covenant? But no, it follow it. Again, the physical representation of the spiritual God at work in the lives of his people, present with the congregation of Israel. And so what they are to be doing is following, again, not a box. They're not following a box. They're following what the box represents. They are following the Lord Almighty, the Lord of glory, the Lord their God. That is who they are following, even above the priests, even above Joshua, even above the leaders, the officers, the commanders of the people. Most importantly, they are following the Lord their God. And that is what the officers are reminding them of in Joshua chapter 3, verse 3, as they commanded the people, as soon as you see the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God being carried by the Levitical priests, then you shall set out from your place and follow it. This is Joshua 3:3.